Hello everyone, this is DM Gashbad, and today I'll be bringing you a small battle report for the Marvel Universe miniature game. Just a tiny 25 level battle report between two players. I'm actually not playing in this game. It's going to be two people I'm kind of teaching the rules to. And we're going to be doing the survival scenario. And on one side, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy. They are going to be the defenders, so they're going to set up in that central area, in that center square, and they're going to be holding off the attackers which deploy along the table edge. You can see up on the right on top of those containers we have Rocket, then in the middle we have his buddy Groot, and then down at the bottom we have the most dangerous woman in the universe, Gamora. So that's going to be their team. That's going to come to 25 levels. And now on the other side we have Team Asgard. So it's going to be a superhuman good team, and so on there we have Thor Odinson up there in that building in the top right corner. And we have his brother Loki Laufeyson, deployed on the opposite side. Now he is an evil guy, but he has a special rule which allows him to join the team if Thor is on it. So we got Thor and Loki. They've just finished up Thor Ragnarok. They're buddies now, and wouldn't you know, they run straight into the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they've ended up on this another garbage world, just like Sakaar. So anyway, they get into a disagreement and have a little throwdown. So it's going to be the two Asgardian brothers trying to teach a lesson to those degenerate Guardians of the Galaxy. So what happens in the Marvel Universe miniature game? You draw a counter from the Bag of Destiny to find out who gets the first activation. And in this case, Team Asgard gets the first go. So Thor is the person to activate first, and he flies out to the middle of the field. He's just a big hero. He's not going to waste any time. He uses his 4 Midgard power, and he's going to toss his hammer at Rocket. Unfortunately, Thor misses, so Rocket is okay. That'll give the next activation to the Guardians team. Rocket will activate next. He goes for his big Flarkin gun, and he just hoses that whole area down with plasma bullets or whatever it is that he's shooting from his gun this day. Anyway, he's going to cause 2 damage to Thor. He's going to cause a bunch of damage to that stuff all around there, including the shipping container that he's standing on. And then he takes out his photon pistols, and he goes pew pew pew, and he shoots Thor for 2 more damage. So it was a pretty good round for Mr. the Rocket. Loki's up next, and he has his phase shift ability, so he just sneakily floats through all those containers over there. He steps forward, and he uses Scepter Ray on Groot, and he causes 2 damage to the big tree. Gamora is the next activation. She doesn't like the look of that shifty looking Loki. She's going to run forward. She can't quite get into sword range of him, but she does get into contact with that street lamp, so she chops it off with her sword, and she picks it up and she just throws it at Loki. But Loki, he's a pretty quick guy. He manages to dodge out of the way and takes no damage. Gamora's not quite done yet. She takes out her blast gun and she pops a shot into Mr. the Laufeyson and causes 1 damage. Finally, it's Groot's turn. Groot is going to take a less subtle approach. He's going to stomp forward towards Loki. They really don't like that guy. He's going to pick up that green shipping container. He's going to toss it at that frost giant there, and he is going to miss. Loki is going to jump out of the way, which is good news for him. So it's a new round, and the Guardians get the initiative. So again, Rocket is going to activate first. He bounds down off of those containers, which he can do because he is a wall crawler, and he again takes out his big Flarkin gun and just burns a big hole in the center of the board. Thor is going to take another 2 damage, and we're going to clear out a bunch of that terrain. He's going to kill those 2 shipping containers, which I've decided are size 4, so they only take 4 damage each, so that's 4 total, and they're all gone, as well as a bunch of those barrels. He also takes another photon pistol shot at Thor, but he misses this time. Okay, now Thor's a little mad. Thor is going to step forward, he's going to grab Rocket, and he is just going to throw him across the table, which he can do with that massive strength 5 of his. He's going to toss him at Groot. Groot, however, he's going to dodge out of the way, but that does mean that Rocket takes a massive amount of damage with all that. So, in response, Gamora is going to activate next. She's going to activate her most dangerous woman in the universe ability, which gives her +1 strength, +1 damage to all of her attacks. She's going to step forward and she's going to take 2 big blade swings at Loki. She's going to crit, and so she's going to cause a total of 7 damage to Loki Laufeyson, which is an enormous amount. You can see here it's going to push him almost into the red, just like that. But of course, Loki is most dangerous when he is threatened, so he's going to take his freeze blast out Everyone is in range, so he's going to freeze everyone. Gamora manages to dodge for half damage, but Groot is going to be the hero that he is. He's going to bodyguard Rocket, who's on the ground, and he is going to take 2 damage for Rocket, and he's going to take 2 damage himself. So he's just taken a bunch of damage right there. Well, Loki didn't like Groot taking the damage from Rocket, so he's going to again try to Scepter Ray Rocket, but Groot again steps in front of him, again absorbs that 2 points of damage. So yeah, Groot's getting hurt, but Loki has not been able to finish off anybody, and he is surrounded by the Guardians. And this is, of course, bad news, because now Groot is just tired of being frozen. He doesn't like that early spring frost. He's a big tree. So he's going to move up towards Loki. He's going to pick him up, and he is going to throw him back towards his brother. Here, go hang out with your own kind. Anyway, he hits, he throws. Loki's going to run into that shipping container, cause 2 damage to the container itself, and he is going to take 3 damage himself. That puts him in the red, and he immediately passes out. Rocket is also in the pale zone because of that giant heroic throw that Thor did, and he is going to pass out as well. Here's the damage counters for this end of turn 2 on the Guardian side. As you can see, Groot's doing okay. Gamora's only taking a tiny bit of damage, and Rocket is about halfway down. And over on the other side, we see that Thor took a bunch of hits from Rocket's arsenal, but the big news is that Loki is in really bad shape. So it's round 3, and the Guardians again get the initiative. Rocket tries to wake up and doesn't. He's going to sleep off that hit. Loki does manage to wake up. He is going to try and eliminate some of these threats arrayed around him. He's going to try his Scepter Ray on Rocket. Groot again bodyguards and takes that damage for his buddy. Groot had so much fun tossing Loki around that he's going to go and do it again. He's going to march up to Loki, and Loki is going to use his special once-a-game ability of retreat. So he just disappears right in front of the big angry tree, and he reappears in his deployment zone, in this case right behind those shipping containers away from everybody. It's Thor's turn, and he moves up, and he takes a big container of his own, and he tosses it straight at Groot, who doesn't manage to dodge this time and takes the full amount of damage. To follow that up, Thor then fires off his Thor Midgard, so Groot is on the ground. He just got hit with a big container, and now he takes a big hammer to the skull, and he pushes him like 5 inches backwards as he goes skidding back towards his teammates. That puts Groot in the red, and he immediately passes out. Gamora's not going to sit still for that. She's going to move in, and she is going to take a big 3 mighty blade swings, and that is going to put Thor in the red zone. It hits. She's just got a monstrous attack, plus her ability to re-roll her close combat dice. So she just does a pile of damage to Thor. Thor goes into the red, but he is, of course, a trooper, and he remains standing up. But it's a new round, and again, the Guardians get the initiative, so Gamora immediately activates, and she hits Thor once with a blade swing, and then she activates her Vorpal attack. Not only does she crit, she also gets a double 8 crit with her Assassin skill that doubles the base damage of the Vorpal attack, plus the crit does a mighty 7 damage to Thor. Yow! Okay, so she went crazy and just took out the son of Odin right then and there. He's going to have a hard time healing from that, but he's not going to take any further part in this battle. While not exactly overflowing with brotherly love, Loki does know quite a bit about revenge and opportunity, so he again moves through those shipping containers using his phase ability, and he uses his exposed to darkness power, so he just summons a cold snap for Groot there on the ground. That's going to cause 3 damage to him because I believe unconscious he automatically fails those willpower rolls that he would need to avoid that. And then he takes out his scepter and just blasts another 2 points of damage onto the big tree, and Groot is going to rest someplace else. He's going to have to regrow off the table because that is too much for him to take this battle. And again, Rocket Raccoon just can't wake himself up after being thrown across the battlefield. It's a new round, and this time Team Asgard gets the initiative. So Loki's going to activate, of course. He's going to take out his scepter, and he's going to blast Rocket, who can't do anything to protect himself against that. So Rocket's going to take another 2 damage. And Loki is going to peace out. He's going to phase through those shipping containers, and he's going to try to stay away from angry Gamora. Gamora, not able to get to him, simply moves up in her turn, and Rocket activates and again doesn't wake up. So now we have the last turn of the game. So this is for all the marbles. Loki is going to try a clever plan. He's got an idea for winning. He's going to move up and he's going to Scepter Ray on Rocket, but it immediately goes wrong. While he only may need like a 6 on 2 dice to hit, he rolls a 5 and does not come up with a hit, so Rocket is fine. And Loki might be in trouble here, but he has saved a couple of counters for Gamora's attack. Gamora moves up, but Loki uses his Master of Decoy ability, so of course it's just an illusion, and she's going to be swinging at an incorporeal duplicate of Loki, so she needs to pass a willpower check, but turns out Gamora has a pretty high willpower. She's got a willpower of 9, and she passes it. So then she takes the rest of her counters and puts a pile of blade swings into Loki, and she cuts him down as well. The Asgardians have to go to their big Asgardian hospital, and the Guardians of the Galaxy are left in charge of the battlefield, Gamora being the big hero of this game. Anyway, congratulations to the Guardians of the Galaxy. That was another fun little Marvel Universe game. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave a comment if you have any questions or comments, observations, that kind of thing down below, and I will see you on the next one.